Students in Mrs. Polsnack's 5th grade class at Notre Dame School will be heading to a new middle school next year. Under a new plan of regionalization, the Erie Diocese announced plans to close both K-8s, Notre Dame and St. Joseph, and reopen them as one K-5 called Blessed John Paul II. It'll open in the current Notre Dame building, and the 118-year-old St. Joseph School will close. St. Joseph's School won't stand empty for very long. The Sharon School District plans to rent this building for 2 years while it rebuilds Case Avenue Elementary. Middle schoolers like Mrs. Polsnack's class will be housed in a renovated section of Kennedy Catholic High School. The plan comes after several years and attempts at consolidation.
It's like a lot of work that has preceded this is actually finally coming to fruition.
The diocese notified parents of the changes this week, saying declining enrollment, baptisms, and funding have forced the regionalization.
We're reaching a point where the numbers may dictate what we have to do, and so this way we took a leap and are taking a positive step, I think, before the numbers tell us what to do.
The diocese will meet with current staff to decide who will work where. It's part of a national trend and one the diocese has employed elsewhere to make sure Catholic education stays viable in the area, even if it means some buildings will close.
There's some sadness, but also some hope, and I think the hope's going to win out.
The new changes will take effect this fall. With more local news, I'm Sally Phillips. What was once a house of faith filled with believers is now an empty church. In January, the 129-year-old Immaculate Conception in Youngstown and 88-year-old St. Elizabeth Church in Camel held their last masses before closing as part of the diocese reconfiguration. Now the question is what to do with these buildings.
The quick answer is, well, you know, it's only brick and mortar. But it is brick and mortar, but it's brick and mortar where people's faith has come alive. And you can't just, you can't brush it to the side like that.
That's why the diocese is very careful about who purchases the buildings.
Churches have ended up being breweries or other things that people, when they look at it, have a real hard time saying, this is where we worshiped and now look what they're doing with it.
While there are no buyers right now, the diocese hopes the churches will be used for education, community services, or reused, like the Franciscan monastery in Columbiana, which was turned into St. Mary's Alzheimer's Center.
That kind of a transfer of property, those kinds of service-oriented professions or concerns, I think, are a little easier for people to see.
But while the buildings are certainly beautiful, they're large and costly to maintain, which is a deterrent to smaller churches that have considered buying them.
Once we talk to them about what it may cost you, it's not feasible.
For now, the diocese is removing items from the churches. Immaculate Conception moved its altar and components of its pipe organ to Sacred Heart, but not everything will fit in one building. These Catholic churches are full of special items like altars and holy objects like this golden tabernacle that won't just be simply disposed of. The tabernacle will move on to the next church, and there is a process for moving and reusing all of these items. Permanent fixtures like windows are removed, cataloged, and used in other churches.
They can be sold. Sometimes they will be shipped off to missions like the Philippines or South America, Central America.
Unusable books or broken statues have a special disposal.
Burying, as strange as it may sound, is one of the more appropriate dispositions.
As for the churches, the diocese hopes to hear from an appropriate buyer, and they hope cities will take an interest in the future of the buildings. What they don't want is for them to fall into disrepair.
As hard as it may sound, sometimes the demolition of a building is easier to take than watching it sit for years and deteriorate and deteriorate.
And the hope is that these historic houses of worship don't become just another abandoned building in the valley. With more local news, I'm Sally Phillips. What were once vacant problem homes on Lucius and Auburndale Avenues are now cleared empty lots, and neighbors are taking note.
The drug activity is down. It's quiet. I've been here like 12 years, and it's safe.
After shootings that killed 2 parishioners at his church, Father Gregory Maturi asked Youngstown Mayor Jay Williams to tear down 20 vacant homes that were providing refuge to crime. All 20 are demolished or are on their way out.
My gratitude to the mayor. He made a promise. He kept his word. He's a man of his word, and I'm very happy.
But Father Maturi says this is just the start. He wants to work with YSU using a $5,000 Wien Foundation grant to turn the empty plots into green space.
I would like them to consider our neighborhood as part of the volunteer activity that the students do.
He's already enlisted the help of neighbors like LaQuetta, who says Father Maturi's efforts have brought together the community.
I have 5 grandkids, and they be over here, and I want them to be in a safe area. He's doing a great job.
The church sold its old parish center to a charter school, bringing 200 kids into the community each day, and the church is planning to build a new parish center on site.
Activity in a neighborhood goes a long way to making it more secure. You know, when there are more people around, criminals are less likely to get away with criminal behavior.
Maturi also wants to work with neighbors and city council to bring businesses back to the area, a goal he knows won't be easy.
It will be a hard, slow fight to bring businesses back and to bring people in. And all I can say is I'm going to stay in the fight.
Maturi says it's his job to bring hope to those who need it most. With more local news, I'm Sally Phillips.